Hi everyone, this is Boog Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Avengers Infinity War Thor, Rocket, and Groot 3-pack. So, I've decided that I'm going to take a look at Rocket first, because Rocket is completely the same. He just has some minor paint differences. I reviewed this figure originally, and I also reviewed the basic Groot figure, so I'll leave the links to those in the description below. But here is this pack's Rocket as compared to the previous one. I ended up modding him out with the basic one's head and the basic one's weapon too. So as you can see, like the pads right here on his thighs are actually black, and the belts and stuff on his torso is black. And this is a dark gray instead of light brown. And the fur's a little different. It doesn't have all the paint shading that this first one did. The head sculpts are about the same, even though this one is different. But this is almost identical to this original release. It just has some minor paint differences, as I said. And for his accessory, he comes with the most accessory. He comes with 3 weapons. He comes with this gun, which is just a retooling of this version, the basic one's weapon. And it has a little bit of gold detailing right there. And it's cast in a lighter silver. I do like this color a lot better. And he also comes with the pistols that he did with the previous version. And this time they're done in that silver kind of color, not done with the gunmetal color. And he can hold these as well as the last version could. Just kind of wedge them in like that. Even though his hands are really tiny, he can hold them pretty nicely. Well, not the way I put him in that one. But he can hold those really good. And I will put these over here because I do like having him hold this weapon, but I'll go over his articulation first before I put this in his hand. He has a ball jointed head that can't look back at all. It can look down very slightly. He can move his head side to side. He has ball jointed shoulders that can move out all the way. He has single jointed elbows that are also on swivels. He has swivel at the wrist. Ball jointed diaphragm that can't really move back. It can move down just a little bit, and it can move side to side. He has ball jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He has swivel at the thigh, single jointed knee that's on a swivel, and swivel at the ankle. And he also has a double swivel tail that can move side to side and up and down. And it will come out from him because it's meant to peg in. So don't think that it's broken or anything if that does happen. So now let's go ahead and put this weapon in his hand here. He doesn't actually use this in Infinity War. It's a completely different weapon, but it's not bad. There. And you can get him holding it in both hands, and you can't balance him thanks to his tail. So that's pretty cool. So now I'll set him back here. And next up, we'll take a look at Teenage Groot. And he only comes with 1 accessory. He comes with his little game system here. His Galactic game system. And it looks pretty good. It's done in this clear plastic. And it's very rubbery. It has a little bit of detail to it. I think originally it was supposed to be a Sega Defender, I want to say, was the game that Groot was playing in the movie, but of course due to licensing and stuff, they couldn't actually make it that. It would have been cool if they could, but they kind of just made it into a Galactic iPad. And he kind of holds it really loosely in his right hand, but he can't hold it with one hand. And if you want, you can get him holding it loosely in both hands. But for the most part, you can get him looking at it. And that looks pretty cool. So this is an entirely new body mold. Like, there is not one reused piece on this figure. It's all new, which is really awesome. And he has some nice detailing. I like how this leaf right here, or this vine, is coming out of the top of his head. Kind of looks like a piece of hair. Although, the one thing is his eyes. His eyes are very beady and kind of soulless. That's not how they look. His eyes are supposed to be completely black with really dark brown irises and black pupils too. I don't know why Hasbro has always made them gold. Even on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Groot, they made the eyes the same way. They didn't look as bad. This one, Teen Groot's kind of meant to be moody, and this one kind of just looks really creepy with his frown and those creepy eyes. I don't know, I think it'd be something easy to fix though. Like, this is how his eyes are supposed to look right here. The basic version. And here you can see the basic version next to the Legends version. I still feel like the both versions have too much moss on them. Like, I feel like Hasbro went overboard with it. But I do like the head sculpt on this basic one better. Let's see, I think the peg's too tiny from what I've seen. Yeah, the colors don't match up exactly. I mean, which wouldn't be a bad thing because he's kind of meant to be a lot of different colors. So you could mod that out to fit on there. But yeah, I definitely like that head sculpt better. That one just looks a lot better. There. Now let me put that back on the basic Groot. So he has really nice detailing. It looks like real wood, and it has that texturing to it. And as I said before, I think the green is a little overboard. I think there's only just a tad bit of green on Groot's head, kind of like this. But beyond that, I don't think he had any more on him, like on his shoulder. Once I get the DVD, I'll probably see that this is accurate, because I only saw it in theaters once, so I guess it could be accurate. But it looks really cool. But kind of crazy that the basic one's head sculpt does look better. Like I said, you could mod it out that way that the basic one's head can fit on this one. You actually wouldn't even have to break the figure or anything. You could just drill a hole right up in there, and that way it could still fit on its normal body, or this one if you wanted it to. So now let's go over Groot's articulation. So he has a ball jointed head that is also on a swivel that can look up all the way and down all the way. He can move his head side to side. He has ball jointed shoulders that can move out that far. He has single jointed elbows that are on swivels. He has swivel wrists that can move up and down and side to side. He has ball jointed diaphragm that can move back just a little bit, and it can crunch forward all the way. And he has swivel there as well. He has ball jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward. Oops. I guess he does have limitations to what his legs can do there. But he can kick forward all the way and back just a little bit. He has single jointed knee that's also on a swivel. And he has swivel at the ankle that can move up and down, and has an ankle rocker. So the articulation is really good on this. My only complaint would be that the head sculpt. Maybe it's just the eyes. Maybe if I fix the eyes, that would it would look better. That might be all that it would take. So now let's go ahead and give him his accessory right there. And finally, let's take a look at Thor. So, for his accessory, he has Heimdall Sword, which looks much better than the previous version. It's done in a sturdier plastic than this one. You can see this one is pretty much straight, and this one is warped pretty bad. I like the colors. Like this, it's kind of a really dark silver. I wouldn't say it's gunmetal, but it's a shimmery dark silver. And this one kind of just looks like it's been through a lot and like it's really dirty. And the handles, the sculpting's the same on them. But the thing is, Thor never uses this in Infinity War. Maybe in a deleted scene or something. And in Thor Ragnarok, Thor never used this either. So I don't really use the accessory with either of these figures, but you can fit it in his hand here. Like that. And he holds it very well. Doesn't slip or anything, so that's good. So for the head sculpt, it's just a slight retooling of the previous Thor figure. Or, well, it's not the previous, this one actually came first. But the Cull Obsidian Wave Thor. but the head sculpt looks like Chris Hemsworth. I like how his eye is silver there and has the little lightning effect right there. And the hair's sculpted good, although you can see that some of the paint missed its mark right there. And it missed a lot right here, but that's easy to fix, you know. Just take a paintbrush and mix the color up, mix the hair color up, and just paint that on right there. So that's pretty easy. And a little bit of his beard got colored in right here where it should be skin tone. Not a huge deal, but worth pointing out. And let's take a look here. Let me take this one. I made this one an eye patch. So here they are side by side. You can tell that they are just resculpts. Like this Thor figure is colored differently, but the arms are the same. The only thing that's different is they added the chainmail armor to it. The cape, it is glued down on the back side. So the torso might be new. That way, well, it might be the same, but retooled in addition for the cape right there. But other than that, they're virtually the same. Although this one's outfit is completely black. And on the discs right here, you get little lightning details. Doesn't look too bad. Kind of looks a little corny to me. But this one also kind of reminds me of Ultimate Thor's outfit. From Ultimate Comics Ultimates. But this one looks really nice. And let's see. I figure, well, it's basically the same figure, so I'm sure you can switch the heads here. There. So if you wanted, yes, you could switch the heads. I don't know, I kind of prefer this one on the cold body, on the body that it belongs on. I think I do like that better. Like, I like them on their normal bodies. But you can switch them out if you wanted to. I'm going to lay them down and switch the heads here. That way I don't knock my camera over. There, that looks good. And then, let me just pop that back on there. So before I move on to the articulation, there you can see them standing side by side. And they are the exact same height because they're the exact same figure. But this is him before he gets Stormbreaker, and this is him after he gets Stormbreaker. And I'm not sure which outfit for him I like better. I almost like this one better. I don't know. This one's good as well. Honestly, I think they're both good. I think I'll just say that they're both good. So now I'm going to go over Thor's articulation. So he has ball-jointed head. He can look back all the way. Can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side. He has ball-jointed shoulders that kind of act like a ratchet joint because it makes that kind of crunching noise. His left shoulder wants to move a little less for me. I'm thinking I might have to boil it to kind of loosen it up and get it to where it moves, and I won't be afraid I'll break his biceps off here. But he has swiveled the bicep, double jointed elbow that moves in very far, like he can rest it on his shoulder. He has swiveled the wrist that can move up and down and side to side. He has ball jointed diaphragm that can move back all the way and can only crunch forward just a little bit because the discs get in the way, and if you try to force it, it'll probably chew the plastic up right there. He has ball jointed hips that can just about do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back just a little bit. He has swiveled the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So if you have the Coal Obsidian Wave Thor, you kind of know what to expect from this one, because it's just a repaint and retooling. But I've waited so long for this figure that I really, really like it. So now, let's do some size comparisons here. Maybe I should bring it up here. There. So there he is, next to Groot. And then here they all are, next to Rocket. And they look really awesome together. Let's set them to the side for just a second. And Here they are next to the Coal Obsidian Wave Thor. And he's not going to stand up. And finally, here they are next to... Oh, knocked him over. Here they are next to Thanos. Let's get Rocket right there. So there they all are next to Thanos. Now let's move him out of the frame here and get them all standing back to their normal poses. Are they not going to now? Okay, I'm going to set Groot back here and Thor back here. And Rocket back there too. So, overall, I would highly recommend this 3-pack. I've had to wait for months because I didn't actually get this from Toys R Us. Because I never got it in. So, but it was definitely worth the wait. This pack is definitely worth it. So I would highly recommend it. So if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.